What's up, guys? Blizzard Productions here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing what I have been doing almost every single week. I am coming out with NFL predictions. Now, if you haven't seen any of these videos and don't know how it works, I do exactly what it sounds like. I am predicting every NFL game and who I think is going to win in this week. This is week 15. I think it'll be a pretty good week. I think they are some really good games, really close games, and some that will be blowouts. So I'll tell you that in the video. But before we get started, as you can see, I am doing selfie version, and that is because I am in Tahoe, so I don't have my usual setup. That makes it so it's not shaky and I can be further away from the camera. So sorry about that. Now, let's get into the video. Starting off, we have the Eagles at the Bears. I think this will actually be surprisingly a pretty close game, but in the end, the Eagles will come away with the win. The reason why I think that will be a close game is because they are playing at Soldier Field, which is where the Bears play, and the Bears have a pretty good fan base and a home field advantage. So with that being said, I believe that they will play pretty well. I think that their offense will continue to do what they have been doing and cooking, but their defense will still continue to struggle, especially against this type of team, such as the Eagles. And not only that, but the Bears fan base has probably kind of like given up on the Bears almost. So with that being said, they're not going to be as energetic than if this was like opening day for them. So with all that being said, I still have this being a pretty close game, but in the end, the Eagles coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Lions at the Jets. And honestly, I think I might regret this pick. I think it'll be really close and the Lions will actually come away with the win. Reason why I think I'm going to regret this is because the Jets are not that bad of a team. The Lions are definitely coming off a game that they just won that was like probably one of their biggest wins of the season. I mean, they just beat the Vikings, and the Vikings are having a pretty good season. But besides all that, the other team, which is the Jets, they have a real chance at making the playoffs right now. So they will definitely be playing with a lot to play for and trying to hold on to that last seed in the playoffs. With all that being said, I have this being a really close game, but somehow the Lions continuing to be on that hot streak that they are on right now and coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Steelers at the Panthers. I think this will be a pretty close game, but really no one cares the outcome, but the Panthers will come away with the win. The reason why I say no one really cares for the outcome is because they both have a very, very small chance at making the playoffs. And not only that, but both teams are just not the best out there, obviously. Like I said, they have a small chance at making the playoffs. They still can. And I shouldn't say that no one cares, because obviously their fan base wants to see them win. But anyways, I still think that the Panthers are going to come away with the win. They have won 3 of their last 4 games, and so I believe that they will still continue to be on that hot streak that they are on right now and get a win at home. Moving on, we had the Chiefs at the Texans, and I believe that this is going to be the biggest blowout this week. I think that the Chiefs will come away with the win for sure. If they don't come away with this win, then they are definitely a fraud team. I mean, if the Chiefs don't beat the Texans, who are 1-11, so that means 11 losses, 1 win, and 1 tie. So with that being said, if they don't beat a team that is that bad and you are the Chiefs, well, then you have some major problems to think of. So with that being said, I have this game being a major blowout for the Chiefs. Moving on, we had the Falcons at the Saints, and I think that this will be another pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Saints coming away with the win. They will have the home field advantage, first of all, and second of all, I just believe that they have the better team. I believe they have the better defense and definitely the better offense. Both teams' offenses, though, are definitely struggling, and as for defense, they're okay. And so with all that being said, I believe that both teams are pretty similar to each other. It's just who has the possession of the ball more, and I believe that the Saints will have that. Moving on, we have the Cowboys at the Jaguars. I believe this game will be pretty close going into half, but then after the Cowboys are going to run away with it. And it will be by about 2 touchdowns or more. I believe that the Cowboys are definitely the better team. They have a really dominant defense, and their offense is also pretty dominant. And as for the Jaguars, they definitely are doing better than they have been doing the past 2 seasons, but they definitely have a lot of stuff to work out. With all that being said, I have the Cowboys winning. Moving on, we have the Cardinals at the Broncos. I think this will be a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Cardinals coming away with the win. I believe that the Cardinals are the better team. Both teams are pretty trash this season, but I just got to say that the Cardinals are probably the better team. Moving on, we have the Patriots at the Raiders, and this game should be pretty good. The Raiders have been hot lately, but I think that the Patriots are going to come away with the win. I believe that they have the better team. They have a decent offense, a decent defense, but when you look at the Raiders side, I feel like everything is just a little bit under what the Patriots are at, their level. And so with that being said, I see this being a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Patriots coming away with the win. Moving on, we have the Titans at the Chargers. I think that this will be a pretty close game, but in the end, I have the Chargers coming away with the win. The Chargers, I believe, are the better team. I believe that they have a better offense. Justin Herbert is definitely a dog. He can throw the deep ball better than anyone in the league right now, in my opinion. And then as for their defense is also pretty good. And then when you look over at the other side, Tennessee's defense is okay, but their offense is also pretty decent. Their running game is obviously probably one of the best in the NFL because they have King Henry himself, Derrick Henry. So, with that being said, I have this being a pretty close game, but in the end, I think that the Chargers are going to win. Moving on, we had the Bengals at the Buccaneers, and I think that this one, it's just going to have the Bengals in full control. I think that the Bengals are going to win. They're going to be in control of the game pretty much the whole time. I don't think there's going to be once that they are going to find themselves losing to the Buccaneers. I think that their offense is really good, their defense is really good, and I think their whole team in general is still really good. Like they went to the Super Bowl last year, I think it's about the same way. They are a decent team, and I think that they do have a chance to run it all the way back. So with that being said, the other side, the Buccaneers, they really are not doing that good this season. They're still going to somehow make the playoffs because their division sucks, so they lead that. But besides that, I have the Buccaneers not really putting up a fight and the Bengals coming away with the win. Moving on, we had the Sunday Night Football game, the Giants at the Commanders. I think that will be a pretty good game, but the Giants are going to come away with the win in the end. I believe they are the better team, but both teams are pretty even. But I think that Daniel Jones is going to go ahead and have one of his best games of his career. Don't ask me why I think that. I just think that he will have a really good game. And as for Washington, their team is also not doing that bad at all. Heineke is definitely a pretty good quarterback. And so with that all being said, I believe that the Commanders will put up a pretty good fight, but in the end, the Giants are going to come away with the win. And last but not least, we had the Monday Night Football game, the Rams at the Packers, and I think this will be a blowout victory for the Packers. They have everything going in their favor. They are playing at Green Bay, so you have all those Green Bay fans that are going to give you that home field advantage. And not only that, but it's supposed to be really cold, and the Rams are used to really warm temperatures. You know, they play in SoCal, and not only that, but they have a indoor stadium, and the Packers are used to these type of conditions where it's cold, could be a little bit slippery because of the ice or whatever on the field. I don't know how that works. I've never been on that field or been there. But with all that being said, there is actually one factor though. They are playing against Baker Mayfield because Matthew Stafford is still out. And so with that being said, Baker Mayfield used to play in Cleveland. He actually played in Cleveland last year for the Browns and has been used to playing in Cleveland for a while. And in Cleveland, it snows quite a bit. So he should be used to these type of conditions. So I think that the Rams definitely have a better chance than if they had Matt Stafford still on their team and playing. So with all that being said, I think it'll be a close game up until about halftime, and then the Packers will just run away with the win. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I enjoyed making it. Put down in the comment section down below if you agree with anything that I had gone ahead and said in any of my picks. Or if you disagree, go ahead and say why you disagree down in the comment section down below. Now, before we end, I hope you guys all have a really good Christmas. I'll see you guys like on New Year's Eve maybe, but I don't know if I'll be coming out with the video next week because I'll have family in town and all that. With it being Christmas, I might not have enough time. So if I don't have enough time, I hope you guys have a great Christmas, have a safe one, have fun with family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.